Hey, and thank you so much for joining my six-figure author training, where I'm going to be walking you through the steps on how you can successfully write and publish or take the book that you currently have and create a six-figure brand. All right. So I am Shannon Posh Anderson, best-selling author, coach, speaker, and executive producer, and I've helped hundreds of people to write and publish their books, coached dozens of authors into bestseller status. So I'm getting ready to walk through just some things that I have definitely learned throughout the years about what authors really need to scale their books. All right. So the first thing that you need is a tight message. Okay. You need a really tight message. Your messaging is your marketing, okay? Your messaging is what's going to attract your ideal reader, your ideal client, or whomever it is that you're trying to attract, even conferences and events and event hosts and whoever. Your messaging is actually going to attract these people to want to work further with you, all right? So that is one of the things that we help you to do, is get very clear on your messaging, because once your message is clear, then your marketing becomes a lot easier, all right? So now you go from actually chasing clients and readers to actual clients and readers chasing you, okay? And that comes from your messaging. 2, content, right? So your content, so your social media content, your videos, your lives, whatever it is that you're putting out into the world, your content needs to really be tight, and it also needs to work hand in hand with your messaging, okay? So whatever it is that you're putting out into the world as far as your advertising, your content needs to really be juicy and tasty and something that's desirable to your ideal audience, okay? So that's another thing that we help you to do in the program, is really get consistent with your content, but also show you how to create great content. The third thing you need is an offer, okay? A back-end offer. Like, what other things can you offer to people other than a book? So we really hone in on showing people and showing clients how to really take their books and turn them into multiple streams of income. So turning that book into an event, turning that book into a workshop, turning that book into a program, something that is higher ticket, right, than a $20 book that your clients and readers can actually indulge in and get an experience from, or even a transformation, okay? So with your offer, for one, your offer has to be tight. There's a strategy to creating successful offers. People think that they can just come up with offers off of the top of their head, but that is actually incorrect. There are actually several steps to creating a successful offer, and that is something that we show you how to do. Number 4, we also show you how to obtain your process. Your process. This is where your money is. Your money is in the process, okay? So what is it that you are able to provide for people? What transformation are you giving them? That needs to be broken down into steps, which then becomes your process, your formula, okay? That is where the money is. Number 5. You also need to understand your audience. So one of the key ingredients, of course, to being a successful author is really understanding your audience, okay? Once you can really hone in on that and get that tight, then all of this other stuff becomes a lot easier. Everything that I'm naming here works hand in hand, like literally. Once you get this system rolling, it's like a whole system, right? Like now you are just dropping bombs everywhere, because now you have a tight system that is bringing people in on autopilot. You're constantly enticing people, bringing them in to want to work closer with you, okay? And number 6, you need to understand marketing and branding, okay? Now here's the thing. Marketing and branding are not the same thing, okay? That is where the confusion lies. Marketing and branding are not the same thing, guys, okay? So the difference between marketing and branding, marketing is the conversation that you're having about your products and services with your audience, okay? And branding is what your audience is really saying about you, okay? Your brand is what your audience is feeling about your brand, how they're talking about your brand. That's really the easiest way that I can explain branding, because let's say, for instance, when I walk into a Starbucks, I'm not just getting coffee when I go to Starbucks. I'm getting a whole experience when I go to Starbucks. That's what sets Starbucks apart, and that's why they are a brand and not just a business, okay? When I go to Starbucks, I know that I'm going to get first class service. I know that it's going to smell good. I know that I'm going to get Wi-Fi. I know that I can go there and meet my friends. I can meet clients. I know that it has an actual atmosphere or environment, right? It has its own aroma. Like, all of those different things are really, really creating the brand, all right? Those are the things that people keep going back for more of, versus me going down to the regular gas station getting a cup of coffee. Like, we can get coffee from anywhere, but what makes us pay $6, $7, $5 for a cup of coffee? It's for all of the other things that come along with the coffee, okay? So that is how you create successful brands. And we're gonna break that down also as well. So I like to really, really hone in on this offer piece as well as your process. Those are the two biggest components out of this whole myriad, right, that really creates the six-figure brand. So I'm just going to show you one simple example of how that works. So let's say, for instance, you went to a speaking engagement, okay? And at that speaking engagement, there were 100 people there. They bought your $20 book, right? So out of 100 people, let's say 50 people bought your $20 book. 50 people bought your $20 book. That equals to $1,000, okay? You spoke to 100 people, 50 people bought your $20 book, you made $1,000. But what if you had an offer, right? You had a back-end offer where you were like, hey, I have a program where you can actually take the steps out of my book and work with me closer, get a bigger transformation, and for that, I'm going to charge $2,000, okay? All right, so now you have a $2,000 offer, the same 100 people. What if only 10 people bought the $2,000 offer? You just made $20,000. That is the difference, my friends, between just having a book and having a back offer. You can go from a $1,000 day and turn that into a $20,000 day, okay? So that is what we like to teach our clients on how to really, really, really get the best out of their books, how to create a bigger income, yes, and a bigger impact, okay? Because your clients actually get a better service from you. They get to work with you closer, and they get a better transformation. And that's what it's all about, all right? Really creating more impact, really creating more influence, and really, really creating more transformation. So if this sounds like something that you would like to do, then go and click on the link, and let's get on a call so we can discuss on how we can really, really bring you in so that you can create these things that we talked about. On how to really, really create your brand to where you're making 6 and 7 figures and you're not constantly chasing clients. You don't have to keep struggling and struggling to sell this $20 book, right? So go ahead and click the link, and I look forward to working with you and helping you to become a 6-figure author.